Hey guys, we are in the basement, and today, guys, on this episode of John's Arcade, well, guys, this is kind of part number 3 of the Mortal Kombat Restoration. Yeah, it's also an on-the-road video, and yeah, Robotron's still down, by the way. Actually, I just got the parts in, and the next video here will be us fixing Robotron, because I need to get that fixed. Anyway, we're gonna do an on-the-road video, and yes, again, it's part number 3 of the Mortal Kombat II Restoration. And actually, my intention for this video was to work on the monitor, because we have a Polo monitor, 25-inch Polo monitor for the Mortal Kombat 2 that is dead. Well, those parts didn't come in. So what I think we're gonna do today is we're gonna visit an arcade warehouse and try to find some of the missing parts that I need, because I'm missing the tempered glass, okay? There's a piece of tempered glass that goes over the monitor, and to get that cut at like a glass shop is actually pretty expensive, you know, like $75+ So I want to go to a warehouse and see if we can find that piece of glass, which is pretty common for an arcade operator. And then also, I'm missing some of the harness stuff, like namely the connectors and all that attach to the transformer, that go to the power switch and the fluorescent light and all that good stuff. I'm missing all of that stuff because the transformer in the bottom of Mortal Kombat has like these 3 big like Molex connectors, and like I said, one goes to the switch, one goes to the light, one goes to the monitor, and then one goes to the power supply. So I'm missing all of that, so I'm gonna try to find that in the warehouse today. And then also, I just wanna poke around this arcade warehouse and see what we can find. Can we maybe find something worth bringing back to the basement? I don't know. And also, I wanna mention one thing, because this came up a lot. Actually, this has been coming up a lot lately, is that people are asking me what the music is in the videos, especially when I did the Martha's Vineyard video, okay? Because you guys are asking me, what's the name of the band? What music is this? Well, guys, the music in all these videos is by me and my band, The Kill Screens, okay? And we have an album called Science Fiction Movie. Now, the physical CDs, we've been sold out for a while. We don't have any more. I have like maybe 10 of these left. So these we're not selling anymore. But if you go to iTunes and Amazon and even Spotify, you can get our music. And again, the band is called The Kill Screens. The album is Science Fiction Movie. And essentially, the band is me and my friend Matt McCarthy, okay? And we recorded this entire CD in the basement over here and over there. And people have been asking me what instruments I play. Well, I play most of the guitars, a lot of the keyboards. I program all the drums and do all the mixing and editing down here. My friend Matt, of course, sings. My friend Matt plays some of the guitars, a lot of the keyboards, all the complicated keyboard stuff you hear is usually Matt, and I do a lot of keyboard stuff too. And anyway, it's just him and I. And we're really proud of this album. Actually, our second CD will be out soon. We have so many songs ready to go. Actually, if you go to our SoundCloud page at soundcloud.com/thekillscreens, you can download a lot of free music and just kind of rough mixes that are going to be on the next album. Or if you want to get our previous release here, Science Fiction Movie, go to iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, anywhere you can get music and download music. So anyway, yes, enough of that. All right, guys, we're gonna get in the car, we're gonna go to this warehouse, we're gonna see if we can find some parts for the Mortal Kombat, and who knows, maybe we'll get a game. I don't know. We haven't poked around a warehouse in a while. This will be fun. So, and then we'll come back and do stuff. So, all right, guys, let's hit the road and go to an arcade warehouse.
Just lie with me. The lifeguards have all gone to sleep. The last 2 weeks have been hardest on you, so don't be afraid to let it all fall.
Which way, up?
Yep. All the way up and up.
All right, I see it. Thanks. All right, guys, this is it. So let's poke around here. NBA Jam control panels. WrestleFest. Crane Machine. Here's some Miss Packs. Oh man, I want one of these. So this is Blitz 2000 and NBA Showtime in one cabinet. That has been one I've been looking for. Oh, look at this Beast Buster. So he's got an NBA Fast Break too. We should get that and link it up with mine. Because you can play head-to-head if you have 2 NBA Fast Breaks. Bunch of monitors. I need to talk to him because I actually bought my Golden Tee from him, and it has there's a 25-inch chassis on it, which is making the pitcher not tall enough in the 27-inch tube. Here's a cool TV tennis, Chicago coin. You know, this is back then they were making all those Pong clones. Crazy. It's a nice original Asteroids. I wouldn't mind having that too. Oh, that's why he's got the plastic up here. Okay.
Yeah, so it's coming.
Bunch of Neo Geos.
Got it.
So plug the TV tennis in and it totally works. It does coin up, but can't start the game. Guys, this thing is awesome. I mean, back in the day, you know, everyone was cloning the Pong games. It was like a race to clone them and make them better. So this is like a 4-player version and has like a larger monitor. Is that like 22-inch or something? Who knows? 25? Oh man, do we need this? Do I need to save this game? I don't know. All right, so let's go look over here. So again, NBA Fast Break, bunch of tubes. Here's that TV tennis game, still working. Back here, check this out, guys. This is an Afterburner, the full motion one, right? Oh, will that fit in the basement? I don't think so. Here's pieces of Aerosmith Revolution. I know we came down through here already, but let's just kind of keep poking around, see if we missed anything. Let's go back here. Bunch of control panels. There's a tubing control panel, that's funny. Bowling is fun. Bunch of Neo Geo games. Art of Fight, Art of Fighting 2, Fatal Fury, Burning Fight, Sengoku, Ninja Combat, King of Fighters, Showdown, Strikers Plus, Baseball Stars, Professional, Magical Drop 3, Top Players Golf, Drift Out, Riding Hero, Bone Bomberman. That's what I want. I used to have Bomberman. I think did I give that to Adam or somebody? I don't remember. Bunch of marquees. Transformers, bunch of old records. So over here is tons of like harnesses and stuff, and I've been poking through this, and I found some stuff for the Mortal Kombat that we can use that's not hacked up, which is good. And then over here we were poking around, and I found the glass for Mortal Kombat and also a glass marquee. Because right now mine's plexi, so we've got the glass, we got the plexi, and I'll show you guys that in a minute here. But let's go down here. We haven't really looked down here. Here's a Mega Touch, which I kind of wouldn't mind having an LCD one. Here's a NBA Jam in like a weird Dynamo like showcase type cabinet. Midway Off-Road Thunder. Here's a Sega Star Wars trilogy. He was telling me that that's something he might want to get rid of. I could never fit that in my basement though. That's the sit-down one. Remember when we went to my buddy Walt's house and he had the Star Wars trilogy, but it was the upright. If I ever got this game, I'd want that one. This is too big. There's a big chair. So let's go over here. Some redemption games. Pool table, crane games. Look at this crazy Dynamo game cabinet with a centipede with a 25-inch monitor. That's crazy.
That's an old Paul cabinet.
Yeah, I know. I remember those. Paul had a lot of those at the end. No one wanted them. Silver Strike, Golden Tee. Here's another Mortal Kombat cabinet, looks like. That's a pretty dry cabinet. Golden Tee. These look like they used to be Konami cabinets, maybe. NBA Jams. Here's a Taito Special Criminal Investigation, Cruising World. Let's go around this way. Operation Thunderbolt, Virtua Cop. That's a cool Sega game. These are the Aerosmith Revolution games. Williams High Impact Football. That looks like it used to be a Konami cabinet. Simpsons or Turtles. Golden Tee, Wild West. Deer Hunting USA. It's a Sammy game. So let's go over here. Sega Power Drift. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Why do I like that? That game's fun, I think. I'm curious about that game. I don't know why. It looks pretty cool. It kind of has that Outrun feel with the control panel. Huh. So this is from '88. I'm pretty sure I've played this game. I'm kind of digging this thing. I don't know why. So that's a Mortal Kombat 1 cabinet, I think. Prize Zone. Midway Touchmaster. Here's a Mortal Kombat 1 cabinet. And an Off-Road Challenge. Namco Speed Up. Here's another Mortal Kombat 1. It's now a Golden Tee. Here's Johnny Nero Action Hero. Lifelike violence, but mild. Namco Warzade. Double Axe. That looks like a good Dynamo type cabinet. I don't know, maybe it's dedicated. World Class Bowling. So here's the stuff I'm grabbing. I got some just kind of art stuff for the wall, and then we got the harness for the control panel, and then the harness from the transformer, which I am missing or is hacked up. Golden Tee. Let's go down here. Some more Cruising USA's. Warzade, Off-Road Challenge. So I think that's pretty much it. So I got pretty much what we need. You know, the glass, the control panel parts that are harness pieces that I'm missing. But I don't know. Maybe we'll come back here some other time. I might ask him about that little Sega driving game, even though I have nowhere to put it. So, all right, guys, let's go back down to. Well, I guess we'll go to the garage. Want to go to the garage? Let's go to the garage. All right, guys, we're not leaving just yet because I started thinking about this cabinet over here because it's a Turtles. This is a Turtles cabinet, and I have a Turtles board. It's got the joysticks. It's got the buttons. The control panel's not hacked up. So I'm taking this thing. We're doing this. We're getting this. So I'm not going to take it home today. I just put a deposit on it, but this is going to be one of our next projects here. We're going to be restoring a Ninja Turtles, guys. What do you think? It plays blind right now, so it's got a K7000 in here, and obviously it was converted to Williams High Impact Football. So it's got the working board in there. Actually, that might be a fun football game to screw around with for a short while. And then it has a K7000 right here that it currently has no neck glow or anything, so it's totally dead. I'm told the tube's good and all that, so we just have to fix it. But it's all here. The lower coin door, I don't know why those were removed, but they're there. And it's fairly okay. We'll square up the corners and get the full Turtles side art on here. And we'll have ourselves a turtle cabinet. The main thing is these joysticks. Those are always gone. Especially the colored ones, you know, for each character. And there's no holes in the control panel, which is awesome. So, all right, guys. So, yeah, we're going to be getting that. I have a deposit on it. We'll come back here in a week or two and pick it up. So, all right, this time we are really going back to the basement. So I think we had a good trip here to the warehouse. So, all right, guys, we're really going to go back now. Let's go back down to the basement. Actually, we'll go to the garage first. So, All right, guys, I got the car all loaded up, and yeah, we made a deal for that Turtles cabinet, and we'll talk about that when we get back to the house. But this is the stuff I grabbed. Some of this stuff I just grabbed for fun, just because it was practically nothing. This Junior marquee is neat though, because it has this instruction sticker I've never seen before. It says the new Donkey Kong Jr., so I kind of just grabbed that really quick. And then I don't know why I grabbed this, just because it's Bally Sente. I think that's kind of a cool company. That was like Nolan Bushnell's company after Atari. This Rock and Roll marquee, again, I just grabbed it. It was like free, and I thought it'd be cool on the wall. And then this Exidy fax bezel, I have no idea why I grabbed that. I just thought it was cool, and the Exidy stuff in general I like. And then he gave me the Mortal Kombat II bezel glass, which we really needed, and then a piece of glass for the marquee. And then another transformer, but what's good about this one is it has all the wiring that goes into the cabinet for the switch, the monitor, the marquee light, and all, and the power supply, which I was missing all of that, or it was cut on my cabinet. And then I got a really nice harness right here for the control panel. So we got some good stuff. So anyway, let's go back to the garage, and we could put our glass on the Mortal Kombat 2. And by the way, he didn't really want me filming in the warehouse. I had to kind of talk him into it. And he didn't want to be on camera, so that's why the video might have been a little choppy, because I couldn't film everything that was going on in there. But we're gonna be coming back regardless, because I picked up that Turtles cab, which I'm pretty excited for, because I have the board. Just throw the board in, and then bam, we got a working Turtles. We have to fix the monitor. It's K7000. Shouldn't be too bad. So, all right, guys, let's go back down to, or go to the basement or garage or whatever. Let's go to the garage.
Broke my own rule when I said I'd see you. How do you get me? It's just like a fool. So talk to your mother.
All right, guys, we're back in the garage, and I've been actually researching quite a bit that Konami cabinet that I picked up, and you know, the sticker on the back said Crime Fighters, and I actually, when I was there, I kind of dismissed it, because I didn't think there was a dedicated Crime Fighters. And I've been doing some research and talking to friends and stuff since I left there, and I think it actually was a dedicated Crime Fighters. The joystick colors were throwing me off, and because it should have a purple joystick, and it has, instead of a purple, a yellow joystick, and I believe that kind of tells me that it wasn't a Turtles. And however, though, it's the same exact cabinet as Turtles. It has one single speaker grill. I actually had the operator check for me. So it has one single speaker grill. So it has blue, yellow, green, and red. And the green joystick, I believe, should be purple for Turtles. But it's got the single speaker grill. And that's the right one for Turtles, because Turtles was mono. So it's the right cabinet. So I think I'm going to proceed with making it a Turtles. I mean, the thing's painted black and the artwork's destroyed, so I'm not worried about it. So we'll just convert it to Turtles. What do you guys think? Is that what we should do? So anyway, we're back here. I picked up a bunch of junk there. I don't really know why, but I picked, these marquees and stuff that we looked at in the car. And we'll probably just use that stuff as wall art and all that good stuff. But the main thing here is we got this piece of tempered glass, which I really needed. And to go to a glass place and have them cut me a piece of tempered glass, I mean, that would have been like $100. So I didn't want to spend the money. And then also, I'm pretty happy we have a glass marquee piece of glass. And then over here, I was looking at the harness, and I mean, we're definitely in better shape. We're still not in great shape with the harness as far as Mortal Kombat goes. The main thing here is that we got this, because I was missing all of this. The stuff that plugs into the transformer. These wires here go up to the switch at the top of the Mortal Kombat, and then there's a plug for the monitor power. There's wires that go to the power supply for its power. So I was missing all of this stuff. So this is really good, and actually the switch is here. So we might actually end up using this switch plate, unless I can easily, we can just take that off and maybe plug it into the one I have already. This is pretty rusted. So this is definitely for the fluorescent light. So we were missing all of this stuff, all these plugs, and then these plugs here are for this plug here is for the power supply, and then there should be one for the monitor, which is hanging out over here. So that's the monitor, and then one's the power supply. So we're in much better shape there. We did get this harness here, which I think is the kick harness. I believe this to be the kick harness. I think, you know, once we get into this and I get the manual out, we'll be able to figure this out. And then this is the harness that Daniel sent me, and it's just a disaster. It's so hacked up. So I still don't know what we're going to do with this. I'm going to try to use as much of it as I can. I might go back to the warehouse and poke around more. I'm really trying to minimize the amount of crimping I have to do. Because this is a bit of a mess, and this harness is cut in so many little spots, and it just kind of is freaking me out a little bit. So what I do want to do really quick though is I want to put the glass in. Why not? We got it now. Let's put it in. And you know, I am looking at this game, and this cabinet is pretty solid. You know, when I went to the warehouse today, my intention was to maybe leave with another cabinet. And I'm not sure he really wanted to sell any of these cabinets because I think he uses these still. He operates these cabinets still. He's converting them to bowling games and stuff like that, and he's putting them out en route in a campground, in a laundromat, whatever. So I kind of got the sense he didn't really want to part with the Mortal Kombat shaped cabinets. So anyway, let's see what we need to do to put the glass in. Now, in the last Mortal Kombat video, actually, a lot of you guys pointed out or thought that I was missing some of the brackets, and I'm actually not. They actually came with this cabinet when we picked it up. So there is a piece of T-molding or glass channel metal bracket that goes on the bottom here, and I do have that. And it's one of these. And I'm just trying to see how this lines up. So it's not this one, it's this one here. Now I'm just gonna affix it on here right now, but this is something that we're gonna have to probably restore because it's painted here. And I may or may not powder coat this time around. We'll see. I am definitely trying to do this restore on the cheap. But let's go ahead and just kind of secure this on here because we're gonna need this for the glass. And I'm just gonna grab some little wood screws here. These screws are on the bottom of the cabinet, and I believe these are the right screws that we're holding that bracket on, right here. I'm pretty sure that's right. So let's go ahead here and screw these down. So I grabbed my little nut driver here, and let's just kind of affix this here. So this is kind of a light video, but it was fun to go to the warehouse, wasn't it? We're gonna be going back there. You know, that Sega driving game is tempting me in some weird way, and I know I don't need that. I do not need that game, but it's like $90. I don't need it. I don't need the Turtles, but I've been wanting to do a Turtles forever. And I don't think it's a Turtles cabinet, but whatever. It's the same exact cabinet. Those Konami cabinets are all the same. And I actually learned a lot in a short amount of time here since we left the warehouse because I was Googling like crazy trying to figure out what it could be. And so I guess Simpsons and Sunset Riders and Turtles in Time and all of those later Konami style games, they had two speaker grills because those were stereo games. And by the way, this goes down here, and this is what's going to hold the glass. So anyway, the later games like Simpsons, X-Men, and I believe Sunset Riders, those all had two speaker grills on the top because they were stereo sound. And then Turtles and I guess Crime Fighters only had one speaker grill. So I've learned a ton here, and I was actually talking to my friend Daniel down in Georgia, and he kind of educated me on that. And then I started Googling it, and yep, sure enough, that is definitely the case. So I guess that's a way you could tell the difference with those cabinets. So I'm actually kind of happy that this one has one speaker grill because it's identical to the Turtles. The only thing we're missing is the purple joystick, which, you know what, I can find that later. That's not a big deal to me. I mean, I know it's not right. You got to have the purple joystick, right? But if I find it later, I'm okay with that. All right, I can kind of get in here with my screwdriver. This is really awkward. It's really tight. I did put a little socket on here. This is really in a tough spot here. All right, I'm gonna play around with this and try to get these screws in here. It's really awkward, but once we get those 4 screws on the glass channel, we should be able to drop the glass in. Okay, I got it's actually 3 screws. I got those in, so it's all good. So let's go ahead and put this glass in here. It's got an operator sticker on it, which I'm just gonna leave on there for now. Darlington Amusements, Darlington, South Carolina. That's crazy. I don't know how this piece of glass got up here from South Carolina. What's the trick here? Don't tell me this piece of glass is too long. Do I have to put... I'm thinking that glass channel, does that go on later, after the fact? Huh. Really? Let me see something here. Oh, I see. So the glass sits on here, maybe? I'm gonna take the glass channel off and then see if I could put the glass on first and then put this channel on after. Maybe that's what you need to do. So that channel, I hope this glass is the right size. He was mostly sure that it is right. Yeah, it's right. Totally fits. So that's how it goes. So I guess you got to put the glass channel on after. So basically this channel secures this on here forever. So, all right, let me just go ahead and screw this back down. Okay, I went ahead and screwed the glass channel on there. I just put 1 screw on for now. So let's see how this interacts. So yeah, that all looks good and legit there. So, and then I suppose we could put the glass up top, and the glass I got also has an operator. It actually has like an auction sticker on it. I just have 1 screw in here holding this on. So let's pull this off. Oh no, I do have glass. I thought I had plexi, huh? Well, never mind. I do have glass. So I guess we didn't really need that glass. So now I have an extra piece of glass, whatever. I do see that I'm missing the channel that goes on the top. That's weird. For some reason, I thought I had a piece of plexi up there. I guess not. So let's go ahead and put this glass channel on here. We are missing that. And I think this should go behind the marquee to kind of hold it on. So let's go ahead and slide this on here. This piece is not in the best of shape here. So yes, this is barely a restore video, but we had to go part shopping at the warehouse, which, like I said, I am going to go back there. I'm going to go through those harnesses some more and see if I can find, because he thinks he had a Mortal Kombat 1 harness. I might grab that. All right, just like so. And that goes on there like so, and we'll just throw 1 screw on here by hand just so it doesn't fly off. Okay, so, all right guys, we got our glass, and you know, we're getting somewhere. We're whittling away at the Mortal Kombat, and the next thing I want to do though is definitely that monitor. I got to order those parts, and by the way, I pulled the monitor out, and you know, I thought that I had a K7000 on the shelf. That's not the case here. It's a Polo. And this thing got so dirty in the garage here just from probably the winters, you know, the cars pulling in, and it's just filthy. So we'll blow this off. I think it's just all on the surface and sanding dust and all that crap. So, but that Polo, that's a decent monitor. That's actually the monitor that probably would have came in Mortal Kombat. I think they use K7000s and Polos. So it's definitely a monitor that was used a lot in these games like Street Fighters and Mortal Kombats and all that. I've actually never worked on a Polo, and so I think we can get that going. You know, I don't know what's wrong with it. Maybe the hot blue or the flyback or who knows. I'm probably going to shotgun the whole thing and do a cap kit and the hot and the flyback. I need to order the parts though. So anyway, guys, that's going to do it. for this video. We had fun going to the warehouse. Wasn't that a good time? So, the undisclosed warehouse. And we picked up a Konami cabinet, which I'm pretty excited about. I need to go grab it in the next week or two. I don't know if that's going to fit in the Explorer. I'm not positive about that. So, anyway, all right, guys, why don't we go down to the basement, hang out, do some viewer mail. Does that sound good? All right, guys, let's go down to the basement, and yeah. All right, let's go. Woot. All right, guys, there you have it. That was part number 3 of the Mortal Kombat Restoration. Yeah, I know, not a lot happened in this video as far as the restore goes, but we got some parts that we were missing, and I want to thank my friend at the warehouse for hooking me up with the glass and all that stuff, because we definitely need those parts, and just getting that piece of tempered glass was worth the trip, because, like I said, to go to a glass shop, it's actually pretty pricey to have them cut a piece of tempered glass. You know, I think 75, 90 bucks is not uncommon for that glass. So, and then of course we got all those harness pieces that we really needed, and you know, we also picked up a Konami cabinet. What do you guys think of that? Was that a good or bad idea? What do you guys want to see, like a Turtles restoration? I kind of do. I think it'd be fun. You know, I've been a little critical about Turtles. I have, because, you know, back in the day, though, I really did play that game a lot. When that game came out, that was one of my go-to games in the arcades during that time period, right? But now, since I have my home arcade and I have the PCB and we put it in and we did a playthrough video to the end, and I was like, I don't want to ever play that again. But you know what? When I did that, though, I continued Turtles like 7,000 times, right? So now it's like, if I get the 4-player cabinet, okay, well, for one, it's going to be really fun to have 4 players playing that at once. And then also, if I play by myself, would it be a fun challenge to play with 1 credit to see how far you can get? Because I think that's how a lot of people are playing Turtles these days. I mean, am I wrong? So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this going to be a good restore series? I don't know if it's going to be a 2016 series or a 2017. I don't know. But at the very least, I think if we get that monitor working and I put my Turtles board in there, we can start playing that game right away. And then also, my friend Servo on the John's Arcade forum, he actually hooked me up with a purple joystick already. So we got that all figured out. So I do think that cabinet was a Crime Fighters. And you know, guys, this whole video here, my knowledge about the Konami cabinets actually evolved from the beginning to the end. Like, literally, while I was driving home from the warehouse, I was talking to my buddy Daniel, telling him I got this cabinet. And, you know, I'm not sure if it's a Turtles or X-Men. And he kind of educated me on the speakers and the joystick colors and all that stuff. So I think it was a Crime Fighters cabinet. That cabinet is the same as Turtles. It's also the same, I believe, as G.I. Joe, and I think one other cabinet had the single speaker grill, and then everything else had 2 speaker grills, and then the joystick colors kind of changed from game to game. But Turtles should have blue, yellow, purple, and red joysticks. So right now we have a green, and that should be purple. So anyway, enough of that. So, and then, you know, we got to get to the Robotron. That's going to be the next video, because I just got all the parts here. I actually ordered these from Great Plains Electronics, and it's Plains, like Great Plains, Midwest. And I pretty much stocked up on .156 connectors. I got header pins, I got pins, trifurcon and normal, and then of course the Molex, you know, housings and all that. So we're gonna be doing that in the next video. And then also I have my John's Arcade branded parts kit. This is the Williams power supply cap kit. So we might as well replace all the caps on the power supply. And of course, guys, you know, Ian Kellogg and I, you know, we kind of partnered up with these John's Arcade parts kits. And so if you guys go there to iankellogg.com and order these kits, which are, I assure you, that the highest quality kits that are out there. There's no surplus parts. It's all brand new, high quality, you know, long life parts. But anyway, if you go to iankellogg.com and buy these kits, you know, every kind of monitor kit and power supply kit, iankellogg.com, you're supporting John's Arcade by buying these. So definitely, if you're going to buy rebuild kits, go to iankellogg.com. And I'm telling you, it's the best stuff anyway. Why go anywhere else? So, all right, let's do some viewer mail. And by the way, if you guys want to participate in the viewer mail segment, you need to email them to me at blkdog7@gmail.com. That's blackdog7@gmail.com. In the subject line, you have to put viewer mail. Otherwise, I will not find them. Okay, the first one here is from Dustin. Hey, John, a game you may have talked about from time to time is Donkey Kong 3. It is one of my favorites, he says. I feel like you can approach it multiple ways with multiple strategies. However, it seems to get a bad reputation. It is a shooter, which is different than the first two games. However, I want to blame the timing, 1983, and also Stanley, to why players may have not given the game a fair chance. Although I myself do not mind Stanley, sometimes I wonder what would have happened if Nintendo would have stuck with Mario. So what he's talking about is that when Donkey Kong 3 came out, let's go over here, I'll show you. So I actually have a Donkey Kong 3 dedicated cabinet, but it's not down here right now. My friend Dan has it in his basement, and so I needed to make room, and so I let him borrow my Donkey Kong 3 cabinet, and what I did instead, though, is I stuck a DK3 board in my Junior using a switcher kit. So, I'm trying to remember how to switch here. Yeah, so you press 1, 2, and jump. So I have the Mark Spaeth Cambridge Arcade switcher. So I have a DK3 PCB and then also a Junior PCB, and I can switch from one to the next. So yeah, so what they did for Donkey Kong 3, and I have no idea why they did this, is they got rid of Mario, okay? And they replaced him with Stanley, the gardener, okay? And he was saying, you know, this game... Actually, you guys want to play a quick game of this? I haven't played this in a while. So this game kind of got forgotten by history, I think, because Mario's not in it, right? And the game really plays a lot like Galaga or something similar. And I think Miyamoto was absolutely inspired by the shooting games, you know, the Galaxians, the Space Invaders, the Galagas, all that good stuff. And so this game really does not play anything like the other Donkey Kongs. It is really a shooter. And I love this game. I truly do. And we'll finish the viewer mail here in a second. But yeah, I agree though. This game doesn't seem to get a lot of love. And I don't know why, but I think it's really tight. And this is one of those games, like when I really got into this, when I first got it, I was so hooked on this game. It's really fun to play for high score. And the way the game is designed is pretty good because if you get kind of in the zone, you keep getting free lives in this game. Now that bee there, when you shoot him, he explodes, and you kind of got to be just below the bee, perfectly centered. And those little worms there, they come down, you can send them back up. We just got killed. And so the object of the game here is to press Donkey Kong all the way to the top. And you can do that to finish the level or kill every single bug that's on the level to clear it. And you can see he's going to drop that kind of super sprayer, and that's kind of like a really quick and easy way to get Donkey Kong out of the level. But yeah, when you shoot the bees, and then these guys will actually steal our plants, because we are gardeners. So we gotta get those back, and you get to a point. Oh, I just got the super sprayer. So let's just clear this level. I usually try to save the super sprayer for the levels that are missing, like, sections. And you'll see what I'm talking about, like right here. This is the level... Yeah, this is the one you really want to use the super sprayer on, because there's a section missing here, and you can usually blast through it, which I didn't. So let's try to clear the level by killing every single bug. Or bee. But Donkey Kong's slowly coming down too, so you gotta just keep knocking him up a little bit. Because if he comes all the way down, he'll kill you. Or you'll die. Alright, so that guy took our plant. Get it back. So that, I think they totally ripped that off of Galaga. You know, because Galaga, you can get your ship stolen. So it looks like we only have one bug to deal with here. Alright, so we cleared a level there that time by destroying every bug. And actually, if you guys go to thisoldgame.com, I think my monitor needs to come up just a little bit because you can't see all the lines in the back. You need to turn the screen up just a little bit. So this level, he's throwing these coconuts, and it's like left, right, left, right. Or actually, he throws them right at you, and then also throws them at the beehive. Like that one comes at me, the next one's gonna go to the beehive. The next one will come right at me, and then the next one will go to the beehive. So these worms really get in your way and slow things down here. Okay, beehive. So we should clear it right now. So I think you get a free life on this like every 20,000 points. So right now we have 3 more Stanleys. If you look in the bottom left corner, there's little sprayers. That's our lives. So let's see if we can get through this quick. So now I think they're starting to, there's different kinds of bugs now. There's like these mosquitoes that kind of come right for you. Those guys. Ah. But yeah, this is a really good game. And I used to have all 3 lined up. And like I said, I never sold the cabinet. I could never sell it. And so I just let my buddy Dan borrow it and then threw this switcher in here. Because the controls on Donkey Kong and Junior and 3 are exactly the same. The only difference is, now see that thing's gonna come attack me. The only difference is Donkey Kong 3 had a metal control panel, so I guess the feel is a little different. As far as like just how your palm rests on it, but the joysticks are the same. All right, we have 2 lives left. So let's see if we get 100,000 points here. I'm not sure, but I think our next free life is at 80. So let's get the super sprayer, and should we just blast off this level, or should we just? There's actually not a lot of bugs left. Let's save the. Oh no, here comes a lot of bugs. I was gonna say let's save the. Let's just clear this. And then usually the super sprayer carries over, and we can probably clear a couple levels in a row with 1 super sprayer. And we just got a free life. So let's see if we can clear this really quick. Go, 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 go. Ah, I got greedy there. It's definitely a risk versus reward thing. Because the more you're jumping up at him, the more likely you are to die. And I hate this level with that missing part there. See, you know, do I go for it a little bit longer? Let's get rid of this bee. Get that mosquito. Drop, damn it! Oh, it's so tough. Alright, this is our last life. Can we do it? I think we get a free life at 100, maybe 110. I don't know. Come on, let's get the sprayer and get out of here. So that mosquito's gonna just come right across, we died. So yeah, that's Donkey Kong 3. So now that you guys really know the game, and you can see Stanley, I wonder if I got in the leaderboard. Did I? I did. So my best score since I put this new board in here is 176, and we just got 92. So that's a little respectable. All right, so now that we know Stanley and Donkey Kong 3, let's finish the viewer mail and see why he was sending us this message, asking about Donkey Kong 3. So he goes on, okay, and he says, so my challenge to the people with more skills than me is to create, I gotta turn this light down, it's a little bright, is to create a reality of a Mario Donkey Kong 3. Okay, so what he's asking here is for a ROM hack, guys. You know, like they did the Donkey Kong Pauline edition. So he's saying, could a ROM hack similar to Donkey Kong Pauline be done to place Mario in the game in place of Stanley? Could replacement artwork be created also? Wow, like a whole art package with Mario instead of Stanley. Although I would suggest a plastic CPO similar to early Nintendo games. That way no one ruins an original DK3 panel. Yeah, like I was saying, it's a metal panel with an overlay instead of a plastic control panel overlay that's bolted down. Is this a task the gaming community should take on, or is it best to leave Stanley and his 15 minutes of fame be? Thanks, Dustin. So I think this is a pretty good question, but I'm gonna say that I want Stanley to be where he is. I want him to have his place in history. I want him to remain the oddity that he is. But if someone wants to take this on, and okay, what would be cool though is that there was a ROM hack, okay, where you can switch between the two ROM sets, right? So it's like if you want to have the purest Stanley, you can. If you want to just check out the Mario version, you do like some button combination and it swaps the sprites to Mario. That could be pretty neat. I don't know. But you know what? I'll tell you this. I would not undo my original Donkey Kong 3. I love it. I love the artwork. I like Stanley. So, Dustin, I think this is a good idea, though. I think someone should do it. At least you could enjoy it and MAME. So does anyone want to take this on? Does anyone want to redo the sprites in Donkey Kong 3 and put Stanley in there? But that is a great game. You got to admit. Did that look fun or what? It's a great game. So, all right, moving on. This one's from Jason Stark. Hey, John, your friend Jason here. I just want to say I love what you are doing to your Ghostbusters pinball and all the mods. Yeah, the last video, we put the topper on, and it is pretty awesome, I have to say. It's funny, the comments, everyone said it's not worth the dough. And you know, I would agree with you guys, because like I said, I was not going to buy it at full retail. And Stern offered to sell it to me at a bro price, and so I did that. But I don't know, I would be hard-pressed to spend $500 on that thing. It is cool, though, but man. So I would say almost all the comments, a majority of them said that was not worth it. Some thought it was cool and liked it. You know, pinball is a totally different sport than video games here, guys. You know, as far as what they cost, the mods, it's just at a stupid level, which is why I only have 3 pinball machines, well 4 in the garage, because I can't keep up with a majority of the pin guys, because it's 10, 15,000. No, thank you. No way, man. The cost of pins are very, very, very expensive, which is why I have these, you know, kind of budget-friendly, good titles. And then Ghostbusters, not cheap, but I got the cheaper one, the cheapest pro version, and I sold some stuff to fund it. So normally I wouldn't be able to do that. So going on, he wants to tell me about the plunger rod that has the Ghostbusters logo. I saw that on the Stern site. Actually, I'll show it right now. So yeah, Jason, I mean, this is an okay mod. It's a little blingy, you know. It doesn't really have a lot of functionality. Not that the side armor, the inner artwork did, but I thought the inner art actually popped a lot. I don't think I would get the plunger rod, especially for $50. That's a lot for a new plunger rod that just has a Ghostbusters logo. He also said you can get the side armor for your rails, but that's $250. Yeah, I'm not doing that either. It does look kind of cool. I mean, it's green. Check it out. I mean, I don't know. And they also have black, the cheaper stuff. Actually, someone emailed me about the black stuff, which is cheaper. I think it's $75. I actually had that those side rails on my Simpsons because it does hide hand wear, okay? Because the rail comes down around the flipper buttons and hides any hand wear, or also protects it from future hand wear. Anyway, he goes on, just some couple ideas to help you along the way. Keep up the awesome work. Your friend Jason. P.S. If you want to sell your golden tea, please keep me in mind. So, okay, so, you know, Jason, these 2 mods, you know, I know they're official Stern mods. I think I'm going to pass on those ones. Those don't really float my boat too much. But I've been looking at other mods. One of them I want to do is there's a LED mod that makes the little scoop here glow green. I'm probably going to do that mod. So that right there, you can put a green LED in there and that whole thing glows green. I thought that looked really cool. So I probably will do that. And I think there's also an LED that you could put right there that makes that glow too. So I think I'm going to do those 2 for sure, at least this one for sure. I think that whole glowing green would be really cool. But other than that, I don't know. I might be done with the mods. I've been kind of looking around. So some of them are pretty expensive. There's one mod that has like an Ecto 1, but it's like $150. There's no way I'm spending that much on a little plastic off-the-shelf card that has some LEDs drilled into it. So I don't know, but I think we'll definitely be revisiting the Ghostbusters and doing more stuff. If you guys actually have any mod ideas that I'm overlooking that are reasonably priced, I'm not going nuts anymore with the topper was the limit. That's it. Now I want to look for like $20 mods, you know, $30 mods, $40 mods. What can I do that's really cool? That's gonna get us a lot of bang for the buck. So, and no, Golden Tea's not for sale, buddy. Sorry. So that game is safe, even though a lot of you guys wanted me to get rid of it, especially instead of Outrun. All right, going on here. This one's from Natalie. Dear John, my boyfriend and I are big fans of your show. We saw your episode on the White Castle sliders. Yeah. If you guys saw the April Fool's video, I did a John's Kitchen episode, which was the second one, where I made some White Castle sliders. And the first John's Kitchen, I showed you guys how to make Sunday spaghetti gravy and meatballs the low-carb way, which I make a lot, actually. And decided to give the recipe a try, the White Castles. Being Canadian, we do not really know what White Castle tastes like, but these were delicious. So, anyway, thanks for being awesome and keep up the great work. I wanted to share these pictures of the finished product. TGIF and cheers from Canada. All right, so Natalie, let's go ahead and show the photos of your White Castles here. All right, so those look amazing, and I have to tell you, a lot of people send me photos of their White Castles, and it's funny to me how different they look from image to image. Like the amount of crispness and cooking of the meat. Like this meat looks very crispy. That looks pretty appealing. So yes, your White Castles look fantastic. Great job. And if you guys want to make White Castle sliders, go find my John's Kitchen episode. Thanks, Natalie. All right, next one's from David. John, I'm a longtime video and arcade game fan and just recently got back into the hobby. I love your channel. I was wondering if you've shared the building of your MAME cabinet. I get a lot of questions about this. I'm starting to build Restore, and I'm thinking about starting smaller with a MAME cabinet. Thanks again. Keep up the great work. I'm halfway through the journey, Restore, David. So, David, I didn't document my MAME build. And the thing is, honestly, I forgot a lot what I did. So I'll tell you this, and the thing is, what I did back then isn't what a lot of people do now. Most people do hyperspin these days. That's like the standard front end. I use Mala. Because I had a vertical monitor, and hyperspin is not vertical monitor friendly, so I used Mala, and I really didn't document it very well, or at all. Only thing I've ever done is just shown videos of me playing games in the interface, but I did my own custom interface. You can download that at johnsarcade.com. If you guys want my Mala theme, go to johnsarcade.com. There's a link there. You could download my vertical theme. But really, what did I do? Well, I basically took a crappy Celeron computer. I made it boot into MAME. It's running Windows XP. I did the saw. I'll just give you a quick summary of what I did. I mean, this is not obviously the how-to video, but this is the gist of what I did. I took a Celeron, I put XP on it, I had it boot into MAME, I have a NVIDIA GeForce video card in it. I used a driver called Soft 15, which forces the video card to output 15K, which is what the original arcade monitors are looking for. Okay, I used a JPAC, which is a JAMA to PC adapter. Okay, so the PC plugs into the JPAC, the VGA plugs in, I think the sound plugs in, and then you plug that into a JAMA harness. Now, my Miss Pac-Man didn't have a JAMA harness, but I got an adapter from Lizard Lick, who's long gone. So I had a Pac-Man to JAMA adapter. Basically, I just plugged the PC into the Pac-Man harness with the JPAC and the JAMA adapter, and that was it. And then I, put the games on there, and it boots right into that, and it's been a pretty awesome solution, but I didn't document it. I did that so long ago. I just wasn't in the mode of making those kind of long-form videos at the time. So all I've done is gameplay, and I don't know if we'll ever revisit it. I've been talking a lot about maybe doing some kind of weird, MAME project in a poker cabinet. I'm still not opposed to doing that with maybe a horizontal hyperspin. If I can find a cute little poker cabinet that we can convert to MAME, or maybe some little scratch build cabaret I can throw down here, I would be into that. Or do we do Raspberry Pi? I don't know. So I know there's lots of MAME stuff that keeps coming up, and I want to read these emails because I want to remind me to maybe do this stuff maybe next year. Who knows? I mean, do you guys think it's important that we cover this MAME stuff? Because it does come up a lot, and obviously, I'm more really about the original stuff, but I know that MAME is a real thing, and a lot of people really like it, so anyway. All right, guys, that's it for the video. I'm getting very parched here. Hang on. And again, if you want to participate in the viewer mail, email it to me at blkdog7@gmail.com. And, October 14th and 15th, I will be at Grinker's Grand Palace in Eagle, Idaho. I'm doing an event called Grinkfest 4. It's actually an Arcade Outsiders event. That's right, my buddy Joe and Sean will be there, okay? And we're going to be doing live podcasts. We're going to be doing an arcade tournament. If you guys have never seen the Grinkers videos, go back and watch them. I documented the first 3 tournaments. Yes, this is the 4th tournament. So it's October 14th and 15th. It is an amazing arcade. I am not kidding. And this time it's going to be 30% larger. Actually, a viewer said, I got to do that in the next viewer mail. A viewer went there and shot some footage of the expansion because the place is going to be 30% larger with like 75 more games or something. So anyway, go to arcadeevent.com. You can register for the event. It's completely free. Arcadeevent.com. And then also on that website, arcadeevent.com, we have t-shirts for sale from the last 2 events, not Grinkers events, from Brofest at Fun Spot and also the CAX Proto Hype Tournament. So if you guys want to get a shirt from the 2 tournaments we did earlier this year, go to arcadeevent.com. We have a limited selection of sizes and stuff. So arcadeevent.com. All right, that's it, guys. Check out my podcast, Video Game Outsiders at videogameoutsiders.com and Arcade Outsiders at arcadeoutsiders.com. Now, we were going to do a show in Arcade Outsiders last Thursday. We were unable to. However, we did one today, Sunday. We recorded it offline because Tiger couldn't do it live. So I have that in the can. I'll probably release it sometime on Monday. That's the plan here. So anyway, that's it, guys. We'll see you very soon. Hope you enjoyed it. Later and bye.